In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on February 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Memphis Grizzlies versus Cleveland Cavaliers. An exciting interconference showdown is set to take place on the parquet floor in Cleveland as the Memphis Grizzlies face off against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Sunday night. The game will unfold on the shores of Lake Erie, where both teams will look to make a statement. Memphis is coming off a narrow 105-104 road victory over the Orlando Magic on Friday night, though they failed to cover the spread as 2-point favorites. Meanwhile, Cleveland delivered a dominant performance, crushing the New York Knicks 142-105 at home on the same night, easily covering the spread as 7-point favorites. Historically, the Cavaliers have had the upper hand in this matchup, holding a 34-21 advantage in the all-time regular season series. They've also won the last 3 meetings, including a 110-98 home victory in their most recent clash on April 10, 2024. Memphis enters this game with a fully healthy roster, which could give them an edge. On the other hand, Cleveland is dealing with some uncertainty, as Darius Garland and Jarrett Allen are both listed as questionable. This makes it crucial to check the starting lineups before the game tips off, as the Cavaliers' injury situation could significantly impact the outcome. While the Grizzlies haven't been in peak form recently, Ja Morant, in particular, has been turnover-prone. They remain a dangerous team capable of pulling off an upset, especially if Cleveland is missing key players. This matchup features 2 division leaders and the top 2 scoring teams in the league. Both squads have largely returned to full health, though Allen's status is something to keep an eye on. Memphis has a solid road record at 16-13, but they'll be up against a Cleveland team that boasts an impressive 26-4 record at home. The Cavaliers have also received a boost from the addition of DeAndre Hunter, who has strengthened their wing depth and 3-point shooting. With home court advantage and a stronger defensive presence, Cleveland appears to have the upper hand in this contest. Memphis has hit a rough patch, losing 3 of their last 5 games and narrowly escaping with a win against the Magic. Their defense has been a concern, as they've allowed 125 points or more in 3 of those 5 games. This marks the 5th and final game of the Grizzlies' road trip, and they're coming off a grueling battle against Orlando. In contrast, Cleveland has been a force to be reckoned with this season, recently dismantling the East's 3rd-seeded team by 37 points. Their 26-4 home record is the 2nd best in the NBA, and they're getting healthier at the right time. The acquisition of Hunter adds another layer to their already deep roster, which features a formidable frontcourt duo in Allen and Evan Mobley, as well as a dynamic backcourt pairing in Donovan Mitchell and Garland. While Memphis has had a strong season, they haven't been as consistent as Cleveland, which could prove to be the difference in this game. The Grizzlies are a solid team and shouldn't be overlooked in the underdog role, as they've been one of the league's top performers this season. However, betting against the Cavaliers, especially at home, is a tough proposition. Cleveland is 26-4 straight up at home this year and has covered the spread 66% of the time, making them the 2nd best cover team in the NBA behind only the Oklahoma City Thunder. Simply put, the Cavaliers are the better team, and their home dominance speaks for itself. As the saying goes, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So the Cleveland Cavaliers to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Memphis plays at the fastest pace in the NBA and is tied with Cleveland for the most points per game. They lead the league in field goal attempts per game and overall tempo. While the Cavaliers are known for their strong defense, the Grizzlies have been exceptional on offense this season, boasting impressive depth. Cleveland, however, is the top-rated offensive team in the NBA and also has great depth. They're the best 3-point shooting team in the league, but excel at attacking the paint and creating high-percentage shots. Memphis has struggled with fouling on defense, which could lead to the Cavaliers spending a lot of time at the free throw line. Cleveland also ranks 7th in pace, so this game is likely to be a high-scoring, back-and-forth affair. Both teams have been involved in high-scoring games this season, making them 2 of the most consistent over teams in the league. Memphis has seen the over hit in 33 of their 56 games this year, while Cleveland has gone over in 37 of their 56 contests. The Grizzlies have split their last 10 games in terms of the total, averaging 119 points per game during that stretch, slightly below their season average. They lead the NBA in tempo, averaging 104.1 possessions per game. Meanwhile, Cleveland has gone over the total in 7 of their last 10 games, putting up an average of 127.5 points per game in that span. This game promises to be fast-paced and high-scoring, featuring two of the NBA's top teams. Expect plenty of points on the board as both squads push the tempo and look to outscore each other. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. San Antonio Spurs versus New Orleans Pelicans. The San Antonio Spurs are set to face the New Orleans Pelicans this Sunday evening at the Smoothie King Center in a Western Conference matchup. The Spurs, currently sitting in 12th place in the West with a 24-30 record, are coming off a solid 120-109 home victory against the Phoenix Suns on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Pelicans, who are 15th in the West with a 13-43 record, last played on February 13th, securing a thrilling 140-133 overtime win at home against the Sacramento Kings. This game marks the second of 4 meetings between the two teams this season, with the Spurs having won the first matchup 121-116 at home back on December 8th. Both teams will be dealing with key absences for this game. The Spurs will once again be without Victor Wembanyama, while the Pelicans have ruled out Brandon Boston, Herbert Jones, and DeJounte Murray. The loss of Wembanyama for the rest of the season is undoubtedly a blow for San Antonio, but it also opens up opportunities for other players to step up and take on larger roles. The Spurs enter this game in better form, but the Pelicans showed resilience in their recent narrow loss to the surging Dallas Mavericks, proving they can compete even against tough opponents. San Antonio has struggled on the road all season, posting a 9-16 record away from home. Those struggles came primarily with Wembanyama in the lineup, so traveling without him for the first time could make things even tougher on both ends of the court. Additionally, the Pelicans, who tend to play better at home, covered the spread in the first meeting between these teams. New Orleans outperformed the Spurs in three-point shooting and won the turnover battle in that game, and those advantages could be even more pronounced on Sunday. With Wembanyama out, the Pelicans should also have an edge in the paint. Given these factors, the Pelicans are a solid pick to cover the spread once again, so the New Orleans Pelicans money line is our full game side pick. Both teams have seen a majority of their games go over the total points line this season, including their December matchup, which exceeded the total by 14 points. Sunday's game is likely to follow a similar pattern. The Pelicans rank 11th in pace but are near the bottom of the league in defense, sitting 27th in points allowed and 29th in defensive rating. They struggle to get stops and give up the most offensive rebounds in the league, allowing opponents plenty of second-chance opportunities. The Spurs, already weakened by Wembanyama's absence, have had trouble defending the three-point line, and their three-point defense is even worse on the road. Offensively, both teams have shown they can put up points. The Spurs are averaging 118 points over their last 3 games, while the Pelicans are scoring 118 points per game over their last 5. Both teams have also been strong on the offensive glass this season, with the Spurs grabbing 10.9 offensive rebounds per game and the Pelicans averaging 11.9. With these trends in mind, expect a high-scoring affair. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Oklahoma City Thunder versus Minnesota Timberwolves. The Timberwolves will host the Thunder in a Northwest Division showdown. The Thunder have been on a roll lately, winning 8 of their last 9 games and currently holding the best record in the Western Conference. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves are coming off a loss in their first game after the All-Star break, looking to bounce back. The Thunder are entering this game with a fully healthy roster, which has been a key factor in their recent success. On the other hand, the Timberwolves are dealing with significant injuries, as Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle remain sidelined. Despite the Thunder's strong form, their only loss in the last 9 games came on the road against the Timberwolves. That win over Oklahoma City Thunder was Minnesota's lone victory in their last 4 games, and they'll need to dig deep to replicate that performance. In that game, the Thunder struggled with their shooting, particularly from beyond the arc, but they've been a solid three-point shooting team overall this season and are likely to bounce back in this matchup. The Thunder are healthy and motivated, especially after suffering a 15-point loss to the Timberwolves Timberwolves earlier this month at Target Center. He'll be looking to exact some revenge. For the Timberwolves, the injury woes continue as Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo remain unavailable, and Rudy Gobert's status for Sunday night is still up in the air. Despite being shorthanded, the Timberwolves managed to pull off a win against the Thunder 2 weeks ago. Naz Reid had a standout performance with 27 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists, while Minnesota's defense held Oklahoma City Thunder to just 42% shooting from the field and a dismal 7 for 29 from three-point range. The Timberwolves also dominated the offensive glass with 20 rebounds, though their own three-point shooting was lackluster, hitting only 12 of 46 attempts. The Thunder are expected to tighten up their rebounding and continue their strong defensive play. They're coming off another impressive win, having defeated the Jazz in their last outing. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves have lost 3 of their last 4 games, including a recent defeat to the Rockets. If Anthony Edwards can replicate his 37-point performance from Friday night, the Timberwolves might keep this game competitive. However, the Thunder are firing on all cylinders right now and should handle this short-handed Timberwolves team with relative ease. Minnesota has been inconsistent all season, and it's hard to see them overcoming the Thunder's dominance again. So the Oklahoma City Thunder to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The last time these two teams met, the game stayed under the 228.5-point total. In fact, the under has hit in 6 of the last 8 matchups between Oklahoma City and Minnesota. Both teams are known for their tough, physical defense, and the Timberwolves will likely try to slow the pace to avoid getting into a track meet with the Thunder. The Thunder lead the league in defensive turnover percentage at 15.8% and rank 8th in pace with 99.6 possessions per 48 minutes. The Timberwolves, on the other hand, play at a much slower tempo, ranking 25th in the league with 97.3 possessions per 48 minutes. When these teams faced off before the All-Star break, the game stayed under the total. While the Thunder are the highest scoring team in the league, they only rank 15th in possessions per game. The Timberwolves are 20th in scoring and 26th in possessions per game. Add in Minnesota's injury issues and Anthony Edwards' recent shooting struggles, and this game is shaping up to be a slower-paced, lower-scoring affair. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.